Hey, so today is going to be the first video in a series of videos, I don't know how many yet, of a CT100 build. I'm going to be completely stripping this bike down, taking every single thing off of the bike, sanding it down, repainting, adding a Predator 212 into this frame. I have to buy a new throttle cable, brake, lever, brake caliper. I had just finished building this blue CT100, in which that one I'm going to be selling. It has a 196cc motor in it from my Coleman BT200X. I had put a Predator Ghost in that BT200, and I just had that motor laying around, so I decided that I was just gonna put it in the CT100 and see how that worked out, which this motor is actually working great on it. Starts first pull, it gets up to 31 miles per hour with the governor zip tie. But back to this bike, I'm gonna be completely redoing this bike. No more terrible red paint with scratches all over it. It's going to look like new. It's probably gonna look better than the blue one over there. So I guess I'm going to start stripping down this whole bike. So let's start. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take this motor off. There are no wires connected to the frame already. I checked all of that off camera. So we're just gonna start with those 4 bolts. So it is a 13 millimeter. That doesn't want to come off. I am just going to use a hammer. Yeah, those were on so tight I couldn't even get it moved. Let's try the next one. That one's moving. There you go. Okay, that's loose. This should literally just slide out. Easy. So now all I literally have to do is slide that out. So with this motor out, I may strip it down and try to take what I can off of it. But other than that, this motor is going. So with that motor out of the way, I'm gonna go through and take the seat off, take off the fenders, take off the chain guard, and then eventually I'll be taking off the wheels. But let's get this seat off. There are 3 little bolts holding on the seat. That wasn't on there very tight. None of them are. Boom. There's one. And let's get this last one. There you go. I'm gonna put the screws back in so that I know where they go. Okay, so with this seat removed, you can see it's just staples along here and a little bit of the border there. So all I have to do to get this off is take out those staples, and this whole cover should come right off. And then I might be able to just completely redo this seat cover. Get rid of that Coleman CT100 logo. Yeah, so there's the seat. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna take off is this front fender. It's held on by 2 10 millimeter bolts. Okay. And this side. That one's tight. Just give it a little bit of persuasion with that hammer. Okay, there goes that fender. And I might not put these fenders back on. I will repaint them so that when I do sell it, the people can decide if they want fenders or not. This one has a slight bend in the front, which I could bend that out. So yeah. Now let's move on to this rear fender, and it's 10 millimeters again. That one came out pretty easy. Give it a little persuasion. There. And this one still has the original like VIN number and everything that's on it. My other one, I don't know if it's covered by a sticker or if the person took the plate off. This rear fender is looking pretty good when it comes to its shape. Really dirty, but it's looking good. So that's good. And now, since I'm right here, we could get this off. I guarantee that's an 8. Ooh, it's slightly too big. Let's see. Ah, that's the right size. That came right off. This one's gonna have a bolt on the back. Oh, maybe it's just in the frame. Not in the frame, in the, yeah. It's built into it. Now this chain guard is all sorts of messed up. I could probably bend it back, but I don't really see myself using this again. I need to get this off, which that's probably gonna be a 10. This one fits. Maybe a 12 on the other side. Yep, 12. Okay. So I could just use the frame to help me out there and hold the wrench for me. There you go. And this is a chain tensioner. Now, you want, the spacers are gonna fall, but there you go. There's your axle. There's a spacer on each side. So I'm going to assemble this back so that I know how it goes. Boom. There's that. I gotta figure out where the nail is. Up. Nail right there. Pull out the nail, use a plug. Okay, now we're gonna take off the front tire. So there's that, no washer. Let's see what all comes off. One spacer or washer, one more spacer or washer. So I'm gonna assemble this again just like the last one so that I know how everything goes. Down to just the frame. I'm gonna take off the handlebars so that when I go to paint it, I don't ruin anything in there. Okay, got the little bolt out. There is a spacer. Pull this out. There's a spacer on the bottom and a spacer on the top. Okay. So we completely tore this down, minus that one foot peg. It's gonna be ready for a cleaning and I'm gonna grind it down, get it down to bare metal, and that will be in the next episode. This episode was just a complete teardown of this CT100. Really simple. All you need is simple tools and you could take the whole thing apart. This is gonna be it for this video. I did the complete teardown. My next video in this series will be me stripping all the paint off and repainting. During that video, I'll also get everything reassembled minus the motor. That way it could at least be a roller again until I have the money to purchase the Predator 212 motor. You know, I'm gonna have to redo this whole bike, obviously. And so, yeah, that will be the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this teardown video, and please make sure to like and subscribe. It will really help me out. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys would put on this little CT100. Thanks.